Welcome back everyone. Today's video we will go over Crown Maps. Now Crown Maps allows you to view your drivers using their mobile units as well as tracking and managing your shipments. Keep watching this video to learn how to use Crown Maps. Let's get started. Now we're going to head over to our website mapping.crowndatasystems.com. It'll take you to this homepage where you're prompted to add your username and password, which is the same username and password you use to log into Crown. Now, you want to make sure your company ID is the company ID we assigned for you. Each one of you guys have a 5-digit company ID. Once you pop that in and hit login, it will bring up your screen for your company. It takes you directly to our live mapping screen. From the screen, you can view your drivers and driver info, as well as your shipments. Now you'll notice that your shipments are under various symbols, and these are something that you can determine under your settings. So we're going to head over to our settings tab and show you how to set up your Crown Maps. So here it takes you to the settings for your maps. We have the app refresh rate and the GPS refresh rate, both which tell you how often the addresses are refreshed and how often the trucks are refreshed. You want to make sure you put in your default terminal, and you have an option to highlight trucks that are not updated for a specific amount of time. You also want to make sure that your base map settings are correct and set in there because once you log on to Crown Maps, you'll be able to view this as kind of like your home base. This address is usually the address for your main terminal. Now, if you want to add your company information, you can go ahead and click company and enter it in over here under company settings. Now under define symbols, this is where you can choose a particular symbol to represent your stops by route, by driver, or by GPS assets. Once you make your change, go ahead and hit save and they will apply at your next login. Under fix addresses, here's where you can enter in an address that you will always see on the map. So if you have multiple terminals or if you want to have a location always set on the map, you can add it here under fix addresses. Our last option under settings is GPS statistics. So this allows you to run various reports to give you pieces of information that might be helpful for your maps and GPS units. We're going to head over back to our live mapping screen. Now under options, I can choose to organize by driver, routes, or GPS assets only. You can also choose to show canceled stops, completed stops, or stops on hold. If you click terminals, it pulls up all the terminals you have listed. And once you click them, it'll bring up your shipment list of all your shipments under that terminal down here below. Your find drivers option allows you to enter in an address and find the drivers within a certain mileage. The distance calculator works with Google Maps. You can choose how far you want to look for your drivers, hit submit, and it will bring up this list of drivers and the area they're around. The distance calculator works the same way. It takes 2 points and it uses Google Maps to estimate the distance. I'm going to go ahead and enter in 2 points. Hit submit, and you'll see a pop-up stating that this route does not account for low bridges, restricted roads, or any different conditions. Hit OK, and it'll calculate the mileage. If you click the blue bar below, it's going to bring up your shipment list. So here you can scroll through all your shipments you have, as well as your driver list here. From the driver list, you can view your stop list for each of your drivers. It will pull up the stops that he has. Now back to the shipment list. Here you can see each symbol that's represented by the driver. This is something that you can also edit in your settings. We have an option here called bad addresses. This means that there's an address here that doesn't match up in Google Maps. So it'll just alert you that there's one or two as many addresses that are bad. If I click MDU status, it's going to pull up all of your mobile units and the last return GPS point if it was good or bad. Here you can view the history of your GPS points. It'll pull up the location time history and location history. You can also print this out. You can also switch from map mode to satellite mode. This way, this can help you zoom in and determine where building entrances are and specific streets. So you can go ahead and just use your mouse to zoom in. And you can always switch back to map view. Now we're gonna head over to our history screen. This screen allows you to view your driver trails and stops for a certain date and time range. Once you hit play, you can see the trail that they were on. And once you click it, you could also see the time they stopped. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a driver. And I'm just going to hit play. And what I'm going to do is zoom in a little bit to the area Now, this also allows you to show driver stops. So if I go ahead and check this off, as well as show driver information, once I hit play, I would be able to see the different stops and the information. Thanks so much for watching our Crown Maps video. Stay tuned for more videos and leave your questions and comments below.